Hi everyone, so today I'm talking about this international bestseller which is Origin by Dan Brown. Now I think I was living under a rock for having not read anything by Dan Brown because oh my god, this book absolutely blew my mind. It's a very thick book, so I was like again and again avoiding it. I was just reading anything which was not super thick because that's what I was feeling for the time being. But finally, I got around to reading this, and I'm super glad that I did because I absolutely loved it. So, the genre of the book is you can classify it into science fiction or a murder mystery or a thriller, and that's the sort of book that it is. Now, talking about the plot, it's revolving around Edmund Kirsch, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He is a scientist, a futurist, and very importantly, an atheist. He does not believe in God and religion. So, this brilliant scientist has finally discovered the answers to two of the most important questions and most asked questions of humankind, which is where do we come from, what is our origin, and where are we heading to, where are we going. And the answers that he's discovered, unlike the people who previously gave answers like Darwin, he has discovered these answers along with proof. So obviously this discovery is going to be shaking the entire world, and the fact that he is a non-believer of God, of church, of religion, the answers that he has discovered are purely scientific, and he's going to prove how mankind's creation has nothing to do with God, and basically he's going to shun down the entire relevance or existence of anything divine. Now, being a fan of drama, like Edmund Kirsch is like really dramatic, so he wants maximum possible viewership for the revelation of his discovery. So he decides to tell about this discovery to the world in a museum. So there he invites certain guests, but apart from those selective guests that he invite, his presentation is also going live worldwide, and about 2 billion people are watching his presentation. The presentation starts, and as soon as Edmund is about to tell the world about what he has discovered, what are those answers, he is murdered. And since he was going to answer such important questions, he was already famous. He had at that particular moment as well, he had such a large audience. All this goes like really viral. All this becomes the top story. The whole plot is then revolving around questions like who murdered Edmund, why they murdered Edmund, and what is the role of Spain's royal kingdom in all this, in Edmund Kirsch's murder. Does the prince have any role to play or not? And while all this chaos is going on in the world, there are still two people who are trying to make Edmund's dream possible, and who are trying to find the discovery that Edmund made and bring it to the world. And how they are going to do this, how they are going to accomplish this, is with the help of a computer made by Edmund. Talking about the characters, the three main characters, we are like really well described, and since the book is taking place in just one day, there isn't any scope of character development, obviously. So they are well written. You understand the characters and their actions very well. All of them have been given appropriate time in the book. And talking about the secondary characters, they're also like well dealt with, given that the book is occurring in such a short time span. It's great how he included so many characters without making them seem overwhelming. One thing that I absolutely loved about the book is how he also described Spain and various cities like Madrid, Barcelona, and all these cities. He described them so beautifully, and just the imageries were like really brilliant. So that adds to the fun of reading. So I was really surprised that I enjoyed this book, because I'm not someone who likes to read a lot about technology or science. And this is a book which can also be categorized as science fiction, but then it's also a book that's categorized as a murder mystery. And like, that's also one of the reasons I like it, because there's a lot of suspense and each chapter is ending with a cliffhanger and you just want to know what's happening. So all that kept me hooked to the book, and it's such a page turner. So finally, I understand the craze that people have for reading Dan Brown's novels. Even I want to read more of him now. So yeah, I absolutely enjoyed reading Origin. It was such a thick book, guys. I'm telling you, it has 105 chapters and more than 400 pages, but it was like really easy to read it. I was never bored, and I recommend it to everyone. Anybody who loves reading, anybody who loves suspense or technology or anything. I mean, this is a must read. This is like a brilliant book, and it's justified in being a bestseller. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, guys. If you did, do not forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and also most importantly the bell icon next to it.